Hello everyone and welcome to Past the Post. This is Michael Adolphson and we're going to go over some of the best racing from around the world, especially here in the UAE. Racing kicked off on the weekend with Meydan with its third meeting of the Dubai Carnival. Juveniles went to post in the first race, a novice over 1 mile, with much of the focus on UK invader Estamrar, trained by Simon and Ed Crisford. But it was another UK invader, Heart of Honor, who got the spoils with a determined run under Audrey de Vries. Dubai favorite Jamie Osborne trains the son of Santa Anita Derby winner Honor AP. Estamrar was a good second with a pair of Vekoma colts, Golden Vekoma and Undefeated, rounding out the top four.
Heart of Honor, this could be some win as well. He's been no better than 3 deep. Gets to the outside of Estamrar, who battles on here. It's Heart of Honor in the lead from Estamrar. Heart of Honor and Estamrar. Heart of Honor coming away from Estamrar. Estamrar still with a little bit in the locker. They have gapped away from Golden Vekoma, but it's going to be Heart of Honor. Jamie Osborne, he targets the dirt, and Heart of Honor could be a nice one for the season. Heart of Honor 3.5, Estamrar second.
Jamie, obviously this is a horse that had one run up. You brought him over with purpose, and I think it was actually purchased with purpose. You got some dirt pedigrees in that yard this year.
Yeah, look, thanks to Jim and Claire Bryce, who are great supporters. I put an idea to them in the spring that we should potentially just try something different and buy some 2-year-olds with dirt pedigrees to try and come here and let them enjoy them. And we've got one nice one for sure. He's obviously clearly a pretty decent animal, yeah.
And he's obviously got that stamina in his pedigree, being an Honor AP, and that has to give you a little bit of confidence stretching out, which is probably the plan after this.
Yeah, look, he was very green on his first start over 7 furlongs. He never got into the race, stayed on late, so I always felt that going a mile would help. And looking at him today, look, going forward, if he looks like a horse that's going to get 9.5, no problem, doesn't he? You know, so it's a great start. You know, we've been planning it a long time, and it's a huge relief that actually, you know, we're up to standard.
And it's got to be pretty satisfying, especially, I know the last few seasons you've had some tough seconds in races, especially in those stakes races. Good to get one off the bat already.
Look, all my clients enjoy coming here and competing. Dubai look after us very well. I enjoy coming here. So every year when we leave, sometimes with the tail between our legs, we want to come back next year with a stronger team, and we've got a decent team this year.
The second race of the day was a 6-furlong handicap worth 165,000 dirhams for horses rated 55 to 75 with a full field. But it was Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Hamad Al Nuaimi's Welcome Dream who looked smart from the get-go, breaking well under Pat Dobbs and looking supremely comfortable throughout, despite a 62 kg in-post. Sprinting clear at the wire, the son of Knight of Thunder looks to have a few pounds in hand moving forward.
Welcome Dream from 1 comes through and hits the lead. He's done very little work compared to a few of these. Razine Dubai was next from Al Muzan, deeper out Granted Wish. He's going to be 5 deep into the bend here. Bark Al Emirat shoots up the inside. Followed there next, running there by Dukedom. Then came Mutani, and best of the rest was Chief Scribe wanting to lug in Welcome Dream. He's gone the shortest way home down the fence here and set sail for the judge here under Patrick Dobbs. Welcome Dream coming clear here in the purple jacket. Bark Al Emirat sticks on Al Muzan and running on from the back. Dukedom catches the eye in the final 200 metres, but this is all over. Barber's shouting. Welcome Dream gets the first win for the night for Pat Dobbs and for Doug Watson. Welcome Dream, 4 on the line, beats Bark Al Emirat. Dukedom was an eye catcher.
This is a horse that ran very well first up for you. He took to the dirt like a dream today.
He did, yeah. You know, it was nice to see him. He didn't rush him. He broke nicely. He was a little bad in the gate. The gate crew's been and worked with him, they're always very helpful. And he settled in there nicely. Went in late, but settled in there nicely. Broke well, and a bit of surprise. A 3-year-old carrying 62. To be honest with you, I'm real impressed with him there. So he's a real nice horse at home. Does everything right, and his coach still hasn't come quite yet. So looking forward to the future with him.
He was skipping around there on the inside, and even in the parade ring beforehand, he did stand out. He looked great, and is he a sort that you kind of expect to kind of progress race by race?
Yeah, I think he looked a little light to me, to be honest with you. So from what he came in, they did a real nice job. They took him to the farm for Sheikh Rashid after the sale, and he came in looking a bull. And since he's training, he's lost a little of that weight, but Still looked good, don't get me wrong, but I was real impressed with him there. I was happy to see that. Happy to have a winner for the owner.
The third race of the night was a 7-furlong handicap for horses rated 70 to 90 with $190,000 up for grabs, and it was indeed a thriller. At the top of the stretch, it looked like a proper battle was to take place between favorites Matloob and Gamekeeper, the latter looking to double up on a win 2 weeks ago. But in the final strides, O Knight said oh no and took it with Danny Tudhope from Musaba Al Mahari.
Matloob the leader, 500 metres left to go. O-Night given a shake-up. Deeper out, Maplewood, Military Artist close enough. Nayar's got the drop on them too, just needs the runs to appear. Sendeep next from Maplewood, Mythical Dancer. Matloob still looking to hold on strong here, but Gamekeeper starting to present the outside and level up, drops the neck down and really fights hard here. Matloob sticking on from Gamekeeper. Gamekeeper the outside with the advantage. Matloob under Cohen trying to fight back. Cohen lifting him underneath it. There it is, Gamekeeper from Matloob and O-Night late. Gamekeeper just thrilling finished. O-Night got the head down as well to make it interesting.
O-Night probably going to be the slimmest margin of victory tonight. I'm sure, Danny, you knew you had it the whole time, didn't you?
No, I didn't, honestly. I thought maybe I just needed another stride to get there. I was gaining all the time, but he surprised me because turning in, I thought, he was done. I thought maybe he just needed to run coming into this. He did take a blow, got his second wind, and he ran them down well to the line.
And it looked about the furlong, Paul. I saw you switch sticks, and you actually physically looked like, you got a bit of horse under you at that point.
Yeah, I think possibly, the front two were just dying in front of me, but I think he'll improve for the run, He will come on for it fitness-wise, so brilliant.
The Stayers had a chance to shine in the evening's fourth race, an 11-furlong handicap for horses rated 65 to 85. Despite being a son of sprinter No Nay Never, Izaj had no problem handling the step up from 8.5 furlongs to 11 and sprinted clear at the top of the stretch under Connor Beasley. Trained by Ahmed bin Harmish, he won impressively last out at Sharjah, breaking his maiden, and now looks to be a bit of a now horse for Muhammad Ahmed Ali Al-Subusi. Favored Al-Daja rallied belatedly for second, with Al-Warith and Sakar King rounding out the top four.
Izaj comes off their back. He's got himself off the fence here and travels well into it for Connor Beasley. Sakara King next. Al-Warith works through along with Dubai Welcome and a Hester Barrow. But after the win at Sharjah last start, he sets sail here for home, does Izaj. Coming clear here by half a dozen lengths. Al-Daja working on into it along with Sakara King, Poster Paint and Al-Warith. But Izaj is going to win this quite comfortably. Coming away, 1,700 up to 2,200, no worries. And he's 2 from 2 for the campaign. Izaj for Beasley wins by 4.5.
I was on the front end at Sharjah the last time, but today obviously different track, bit more of a galloping track, isn't it? So just wanted to get, have a hare in front of me to chase as such, and did that nicely, and stretched all the way to the line.
The fifth race of the night was the feature, the 500,000 dirham listed Al Garhoud Sprint, and all eyes were on Dubai Golden Shaheen winner Tuz, who looked to come back in style under Tygo Schaefer Bupat Seymour, and he did just that. Going straight to the front from his outside post, the country's top sprinter and one of the top sprinters in the world took the race by the throat and never looked back. Second choice Color Up rallied well despite some traffic issues to be second under Pat Dobbs. Both horses could now go on next to the Group 3 Dubawi Stakes in January.
And it is the favourite in Tuz who leads them into the straight here. He's a clear leader here from Celtic Voyager. Plenty of these with a lot to do. Mojaya, Freedom Fighter, Morning. Colour Up getting mobile here in the late stages. Mr. Carfu from the back, but it's a one-act affair. Tuz up on the inside, goes on to score here in the Al Garhoud Sprint. Dubai Speed Machine picks right up where he left off here in the Golden Shaheen. He is very, very classy. 5 lengths on Colour Up as expected. Morning third over from Mojaya, then came Mr. Carfu.
In my opinion, he's one of the fastest horses in the world. He beat the best of Japan, America, and some of the best sprinters in the world. And he had to do what he did today. But then there's always a worry because he's a big horse. He's 7-year-old. It's not very easy to get him fit. He's carrying penalty and he was the widest draw. So, but he carved in some very, very fast fractions, and you can see by the way the horses finished around him, because the early part of the horses didn't finish, in the money, and the horses came back to finish second and third. So, obviously, he went very fast and he kept going.
The evening's sixth race was a maiden over 1 mile for older horses and was led in the market by heavy favorite Al-Sayel, who would not be denied. Ridden alertly yet patiently by Ben Cohen from Michael Costa and His Highness Sheikh Ahmed, the Son of Pegasus World Cup winner City of Light was far too good for them in the end, holding off all, including an impressive debutante and runner-up School of Art. The winner improved smartly upon his second on debut last out 4 weeks ago.
It's Al-Sayel, the leader, and he sets sail for home here. School of Art also running on, along with next in running there was King's Fountain and also Al Mukhtar up the rail. Al-Sayel, though, with 200 metres left to go. He's 3 or 4 clear of School of Art, who's going to make a challenge here late. Al-Sayel from School of Art. School of Art tries to get close here. Al-Sayel, School of Art getting desperately close, lays in, but Al-Sayel will do enough. A length on the line, maybe 3/4 from School of Art, who was very brave, an eye-catcher for next start.
The seventh race of the evening was a 10-furlong dirt handicap for horses rated to 80 to 100, worth a healthy 250,000 dirhams, and featured a classy few names from the past, including 2023 Al-Bastakia winner Go Soldier Go. The race turned out to be a bit of a messy one, as 4 horses looked to have a chance turning for home, but none could top Al-Yabri, who landed his second win from 7 starts for Musaba Al-Meheri. Danny Tudhope was in the saddle, while a very unlucky Mount Kosciuszko was second under Pat Dobbs.
Go Soldier Go, the leader. Al-Yabri comes into the straight and offers a challenge. Mount Kosciuszko gets off with a run now. Al-Deja was next from Arabian Tale and Book Review. Al-Yabri, Mount Kosciuszko inside or outside. Al-Yabri, he's been hemmed up for a run here. Mount Kosciuszko, can he recover? He does now. Mount Kosciuszko, a tough performance. Up on the outside of Al-Yabri, goes to challenge. Al-Yabri's got something in the locker. Al-Yabri, Mount Kosciuszko, a ding-dong go down to the line. Al-Yabri just from Mount Kosciuszko, who tries. Al-Yabri staves him off. Great race.
The nightcap was a thriller as well. Over 6 furlongs and a conditions event for 3-year-olds, the 210,000 dirham affair featured 2 impressive maiden winners from last season. One with the benefit of a run already this season in Falcon of Arabia, and the other Al Nasib off a 392-day layoff, who would not be denied. He won by 4 lengths and stayed unbeaten from 2 starts. Falcon of Arabia ran well in second, despite a subpar start, and both horses looked to have futures ahead of them.
It's Rasas, the leader from Falcon of Arabia. Al Nasib peels out for his run now. It's up in front. Falcon of Arabia from Rasas. Al Nasib continuing to close here. Falcon of Arabia. Al Nasib picking up big time down the outside. He led all the way on debut. 13 months later than today, he comes from almost last to first. Welcome back, Al Nasib. Takes out the last in style. 3.5 on the line. Falcon of Arabia second. Rasas third.
You and Musaba got a nice treble on the night, but this had to be probably the most exciting one of the 3.
Yeah, you'd like to say so, after that, especially his first run. But look, he'd been off a long time, over a year, I think. He's a little bit ring rusty tonight. He just couldn't go the early pace, but once he started picking 1 or 2 off, penny dropped. And he powered clear again, like his debut.
Once you got Cosgrave in your sights, how much did the horse really want to pass the Cosgrave's horse? Because it really looks like at that point he was just cruising up to him.
Yeah, when I got out into the clear and I had him in my sights, he was picking him down. I knew I was going to get there, and I just gave him 1 or 2 smacks just to let him know his job, and he'll improve a lot for tonight's run. He might get further, but he might sharpen up as well. We'll see.
Racing returns to Meydan this week on the 13th. We now head across town to Jebel Ali and its famed hill for a Saturday afternoon of 7 races, kicking off with purebred Arabians over 1 mile. Looking wide open on paper, the trying test turned into one of attrition on the incline, with the strong arms of Danny Tudhope carrying Gem to victory. It was the 6-year-old's second victory from 20 starts for Al Ajman Stables and trainer Abdullah Al-Hamari.
AF Astartha, who takes over the lead here as they start to make the climb here. From next in running AF Mukrej, Gem, Cardir Desar nets to the outside, making ground now. It's AF Astartha from AF Mukrej, Gem, Cardir Desar nets plodding away the outside. AF Astartha, Mukalad, Gem the outside, Cardir Desar nets when it's all too late. Gem comes to the outside of AF Astartha, Cardir Desar nets potentially up to third, but Gem takes over in the late stages. Gem from AF Astartha, Cardir Desar nets third from Mukalad.
The second race of the afternoon was the first for thoroughbreds and featured some possible stars of tomorrow over a 7-furlong maiden course. Breaking on top, Gallant Blade, a $230,000 purchase, was strong to the front and held off well-regarded Bupat Seymour trainee Diamond Dealer by a head at the wire. The winner is the son of Pacific Classic winner Maximum Security, and showed his sire's determination for Salam bin Qadair and His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum.
Gallant Blade, the leader as they climb from Diamond Dealer. Then came Exculpation, Honest Moon, La Yatel. Cohen's decided to throw up the white flag here in the late stages. Diamond Dealer and Gallant Blade look the two. Diamond Dealer, the outside of Gallant Blade, who's game to fight back here. Good go down to the line this. Gallant Blade stretching the neck out where it matters, and he staves off Diamond Dealer. Gallant Blade, a tough win. Beats home Diamond Dealer.
Really learned a lot out there, and he was pretty gritty in the end.
Yeah, he was. He's a horse with plenty of future, but still a big baby. To be honest, first start out, I was very confident with him. I thought he was going to give me a good run, and he was just so green, and he disappointed. So he went back to Meydan. I chose the other horse. He ran a bit better, but still a lot to improve. Today, I was a big doubt about two horses, which one I choose. The other one shows better gallops and beat him in the last start, but things happen for a reason, for some reason, staff support, I choose this horse, and today he breaks so well. I think he 2 runs in his belt, make him more experience, and he make from start to finish.
The third race of the afternoon was a 6-furlong older maiden that looked to be His Highness Sheikh Ahmed's to beat with 3 horses, but 2 of them scratched at the gate. Meanwhile, Alejandro da Silva and the eldest horse in the field, 6-year-old Harvest Gold, were upset-minded, sliding up the rail to surprise all on hand with a sly performance for Elise Jean, the trainer, her second win of the season. Shuf Dubai came back to form to finish second, while the speedy well-bred Cabret was third.
Shuf Dubai takes over from Cabret, Smart System, Garhoud. These 4 have broken away from the rest here. Nice little go this. Shuf Dubai, the near side, the grey, still a narrow leader from Cabret, Smart System. Garhoud tries ever so hard from Harvest Gold. Then came next in running Rabdan, but it's Shuf Dubai and Garhoud. Shuf Dubai, the near side. Shuf Dubai, look at Harvest Gold over on the far side, making it very, very interesting. Harvest Gold. Harvest Gold from nowhere.
The afternoon's 4th race was the co-featured Emirates Airline Cup over a quick dash 5 furlongs straight up the hill and worth 96,000 dirhams. Billy Webster, overcoming the outside post 10 and a less than ideal break when prelim antics, collared Mozahim and bested him in the final 100 meters easily. The win made the Doug Watson trainee 2 for 2 since joining the yard and was his 5th win from 10 starts. The son of Profitable will now go on to the carnival for Akarem Racing.
Up in front, Mozahim hits the lead. Up the hill they travel. From next in running, Shibli. Tarkid sticks on. Billy Webster the near side. Billy Webster closing in rapidly here on Mozahim, who tries to fight. Lejuge also running on from the back with also Al Shibli. But it's Mozahim and Billy Webster who clear out. But Billy's too good. Billy burns him late. Billy Webster a half length beats home Mozahim.
It was a little different story. He had things sort of his own way. Today he had to work for it.
Yeah, no, he did a nice job just relaxing him. He broke a little slow, was bad in the gate, bad going down, bad to saddle. So we got some things to work on. But
the win was good.
The win was great. Yeah, no, he's better than ordinary. You don't do that usually, coming here and just win like that. And so I'm real pleased for the new owners, and hopefully we can go on from here.
When you say like that, it's really interesting. I thought just when he got to the front, it's not that he waited, but he knew he had it done, it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, Pat just gave him one little flick just to go by him, and then he just kind of hands and heeled him out. And he's a really nice horse. He's done so well since he got here. He's not, as you can see, not over big, but he's quick, and I think he's going to go well on the turf in the carnival. So that's our next goal.
The other feature, a mile handicap for horses rated 85 to 105, followed. This one was sponsored by Shadwell and won in kind by a Shadwell color bearer in the regally bred La Soudoud, who relished the rapid tempo set by First Constitution and reeled in that foe, among others, to win impressively for Ty Gaucher and trainer Bupat Seymour. Al-Zim rallied well for His Highness Sheikh Ahmed, while Ishmael Muhammad's ruling dynasty was third. The winner is a son of champion sire Warfront and Breeders' Cup filly and mare turf winner La Houdoud.
First Constitution now asks for an effort as they start to climb the hill. Lasso Dude travels the better. Alzim running on from Al Tardik. Then came Macfowl in crowd, dropping away DeLorean and Ruling Dynasty. But it's Lasso Dude who takes over here in the late stages. Lasso Dude running on from next him, running Alzim. Then came Al Tardik. First Constitution's done and dusted. Lasso Dude, the 53rd stakes by Shadwell, and Shadwell take out the win. Lasso Dude, a good winner, beats Alzim across the line.
What made you bring him here to begin with instead of keeping him at Meydan?
Well, he was second at Meydan, and we brought him here and gave him a gallop up the hill, and he worked phenomenally well. This horse has changed since last year. As you know, some of these horses, they take a summer under their back, and I think I'm very thankful to Sheikh Ahesa to send us these lovely, beautiful horses, and we've had 2 seconds, a fourth, and a win. So I'm glad we got the monkey off my back.
Do I smell a Jebel Ali mile horse in the future?
Yeah, he could be. He's a very smart horse, and he was unlucky not to win at Meydan. And we were first, second in that race, and I think the horse who won is quite a nice horse. So yeah, definitely something we need to look at.
The day's sixth race was a 72,000 dirham mile conditions that saw a new face jump up and surprise us, as Godolphin Sale graduate Musical Dancer and Tygo Shea drove nicely up the hill and won with a plum in his UAE bow. The Sam Dubawi is a half-brother to Arlington Million winner Debussy and is now 2 for 4 lifetime, providing a quick-fire double for Bhupat Seemar's Zabil Racing. Local hope El Janob was a game second with Sultan Ali's pair of Flying Hunter and Quality Humor following suit.
Coming up the inside to present Musical Dancer, beats off Legend of Khan, Quality Humour running on. Deeper out, Eruptive still with a hope, El Janob with plenty to do, and last there was Flying Hunter. Up so to the final 200 metres they come here. Musical Dancer under Tygo Shea looking for a back-to-back winner. El Janob out when it's all too late. Quality Humour dropping away from Eruptive, and from the back in the field, Flying Hunter. But it is all Musical Dancer. Musical Dancer, 4 on the line, nice win that. Took the shortest way home up the rail, second across El Janob.
Tygo Shea, a quick double for him and Bhupat Seymour. This time with Musical Dancer is a horse that obviously well related, and he'd done well in the past with Charlie. First up though, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's done well as you said, but like all of these horses that we're fortunate enough to purchase at the Godolphin Sale, he's a beautiful pedigree. We brought him here to gallop, he loved the hill, loved the dirt, so we were hopeful, but he's a 3-year-old taking on older horses, so you never quite know. And there's a couple of highly rated horses in the field, but look, he took to the hill like a duck would take the water. So yeah, and I think there's more to come. He got to the front and he parked a bit, so I felt if something came again, he'd a little bit up his sleeve. So it's nice to get a young horse with a big pedigree in the yard going forward.
The nightcap and final race of the UAE weekend was a 9-furlong handicap for horses rated 0 to 90 for 80,000 dirhams. Jebel Ali Stable's Michael Costa-trained pair of Khatib and El Raid were well supported in the market, and that's exactly how it worked out for the leading team in the nation. Taken to the front with haste, Khatib proved too much to pull in under a controlled yet strong ride by Ben Cohen. The final margin of victory was a length and 3/4 with another 2.5 lengths back to El Introvertido in third.
Khatib travels very well up in front. He hits the top of the bottom of the hill. He's out by 3 lengths. Al Introvertido sticks on for the time being with Al Ra'id battling away. Stormy Ocean, deciduous from the back. Khatib the leader. Al Introvertido tries very, very hard along with Al Ra'id, but there is your winner, Michael Costa. It is coming away now, Khatib, who's going to go on and score. Khatib, and not only that, the locals go 1 and 2. Al Ra'id second over from Al Introvertido.
Now let's look at the standings here in the UAE. Among the owners, His Highness Sheikh Akbar bin Rashid Al Maktoum had a couple victories and now is up to 16 at a 22% strike rate and a leading 1.6 million dirhams. Yas Racing has 11 victories, with its 19 seconds, leading Khalid Khalifa Al Nabuda also 11 victories with 10 seconds. Back and forth, we have Al Ajman Stables having a great season as always, and Nazar Askar, private owner, doing well with his 5 victories. Among the trainers, Michael Costa echoes his employer with 16 victories, a 22% strike rate, and 1.6 million in earnings. Mustab Al-Mahari is the real mover this week with a few victories, 14 now, moving into second, and also echoes that 22% strike rate that Costa has. He also is only about 100,000 behind in earnings. Ernst Ertel is back there with 12 victories, having a consistent season. Iram Al-Hadrami has 8. And Bhupat Seymour, reigning champion trainer, moved into the top 5 with 7 victories. He now has 13 seconds and 1.4 million in earnings. Among the jockeys, Danny Tudhope had 4 victories to boost himself to the front of the premiership. He has 14 and a 21% strike rate. Tygo Shea had a good weekend as well, now up 3-13. Connor Beasley is tied with him, also with 13. Bernardo Pinheiro has 12 victories. And Sylvester de Sousa rounds out the top 5. Tygo Shea in the second spot has the most earnings with 1.6 million dirhams. Now let's look at what's going on around the world. We'll jaunt across the globe to Aqueduct Racetrack in New York, just 10 minutes away from JFK Airport for a quartet of graded stakes and the final big day of the year in the Big Apple. Pattern affairs commenced with the Grade 3 Go for One for 3-year-old up fillies and mares over a mile, and a race that looked to be at the mercy of Chad Brown's pair of Occult and Sheeta Booty. But in the end, Todd Pletcher's Tizzy in the Sky would not be denied, winning by a half length over Occult. Godolphin's comparative was back in 5th of 7.
Approaching the top of the stretch, Tizzy in the Sky has now taken command, and Tizzy in the Sky is kicking away. Tizzy in the Sky's got the lead, but here comes Sheeta Booty and also Occult down the center of the racetrack. Movie Moxie's got some momentum on the grandstand side. Tizzy in the Sky with a host of pursuers. Occult is going to be the first one to challenge inside this final 16th. Tizzy in the Sky is lunging here for the line. Tizzy in the Sky is still there. Tizzy in the Sky wins the Go for One, and that'll be a single season stakes tying victory there for jockey Flavien Prat.
The Godolphin Blue would quickly turn that frown upside down in the following Grade 2 Remsen over 9 furlongs for 2-year-olds. Poster, a Godolphin homebred, became Dubai World Cup winning trainer Owen Hardy's second graded stakes win of the fall in those colors, with a flawless ride by Flavien Prat, who in the process set a single-season record for graded stakes at 80. Aviator Guy ran well to finish second and nose behind, with well-regarded Tux finishing out the top 3.
Poster's got the momentum. Poster's taking the lead. It's Poster who's trying to kick away, and the Remsen is doing just that. Aviator Guy is in the clear. It's Poster who's kicking away, now up by 2. Is going to have to hold off an oncoming rush of a lugging in Aviator Guy, but Aviator Guy is absolutely flying down the center of the racetrack. Poster is almost there. Aviator Guy is lunging. Poster needs a line. Aviator Guy, photo finish.
Flavien Prat is full of confidence. Correct. You know, so there were no instructions, a guy riding like that. He said he saw where the horse that finished second was in trouble, and he realised it was either go for broke now or, you know, he might have to fight him off in the stretch. So I think that was the key decision.
What was the decision that went in for you to put this guy, for after 2 big wins on the turf, to the dirt? Obviously, there's pedigree.
Well, I'd like to accept full responsibility for that. The gentleman standing to my right, Mr. Banahan, it was his call, and it was a good call.
Next up, we had the Juvenile Fillies going over that same 9 furlongs on the dirt, one complete circuit of Aqueduct's dirt track. Mohima, carrying the famed Shadwell colours for Brad Cox and Florent Giroux in the saddle, was the 2-5 favourite and ran as thus, winning well here by a length. Ballerina Doro was back in second for Chad Brown, a disappointing day for the leading yard in the country, with Liam in the dust rounding out the top 3.
Mohima went 112.55 for 3/4 of a mile, has barely been asked, and Mohima is trying to sprint away from them. There's another great in pursuit, though, and that's Ballerina Doro, who now rides the rail and tips towards the outside, has Mohima in sight, and now Florent Giroux is going to have to ask Mohima to pick it up, and she's trying to sprint clear again. Ballerina Doro is trying to pull off the upset towards the outside. Mohima is finding plenty so far. Ballerina Doro is going to try one final time. Mohima's got to work and dig in. Mohima is going to win the Demoiselle. Mohima wins it over Ballerina Doro.
And the biggest stakes of the day, and the last big stakes on the East Coast for the year, was the Grade 2 Cigar Mile. Not only a big race in and of itself, but also a big prep for races like the Saudi Cup and the Dubai World Cup. Locked, the 2-1 favorite in his second race back after a big layoff, looked impressive here, beating out Mullican and Post Time for the victory. Johnny Velasquez was aboard for Todd Pletcher. Mullican was a good second for Rudolph Brissett and may go on to some bigger races in the Middle East, as might Post Time. Another in the race, finishing 5th, Bokum Dano, has his ticket booked to go to Saudi after this. Senor Buscador, third in the Dubai World Cup and the winner of last year's Saudi Cup, ran in his second-to-last race and will now go on to the Pegasus World Cup as his final race.
It's Pipeline in front, and Pipeline's trying to pull off the upset. Mulligan is in full pursuit here on the outside, and Mulligan has taken the lead. It's Mulligan in front. Locked is within range and is on the grandstand side. Here comes Locked after Mulligan. Mulligan is in front. Locked catching with every single stride, and Locked and John Velasquez have run right on by. And Locked will win the Cigar Mile, presented by TwinSpires.com. It was Mulligan second. Post time flew on. Got third, then came Coastal Mission.
Thanks to our great partners for also displaying the patience that they have. Gary Broad, Walmack Farm, and of course, Todd and his team for detecting the injury back on Fountain of Youth Day in the spring so that we could be here today, and Ian Brennan and his team at Stone Street. So it's been a team effort, our vets, everybody. Johnny put up a masterful ride today, so the horse really did it at the end of the day.
Let's go from the USA all the way across the Pacific Ocean to Hong Kong for its biggest day of the year, Hong Kong Cup Day. The biggest race of the day and the biggest race in Hong Kong on the year is the Longines Hong Kong Cup, which saw history happen when Romantic Warrior won the race for the third year in a row. The Japanese were very game in defeat, finishing second and third with Liberty Island and Tastiera. The final margin of victory was a length and a half, with the 1-10 favorite pleasing all and now pointing toward the Middle East. Next up for him may be the Saudi Cup. James McDonald, who was aboard for that Hong Kong Cup victory, also won earlier in the day with Voyage Bubble in the mile.
Tastiera leads. Romantic Warrior, he's a neck on the outside. Liberty Island 3 lengths away. Romantic Warrior, he's taken over. 1 length Tastiera. Liberty Island continues to run on, but it's the Warrior. Romantic Warrior, 2 on Liberty Island. It's history at Sha Tin. 3 cups. Romantic Warrior.
We also have coverage of the Hong Kong Sprint that saw Ka Ying Rising, one of the most exciting sprinters in the world, win this race well under Zach Purton for David Hayes. Helios Express was second with Satono Rev, a Japanese horse, back in third. The final time was a swift 108.15. Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint winner Starlust was a bit disappointing, backing up to finish 13th of 14.
California Spangle has it by a neck. Ka Ying Rising sitting pretty on his outside. Zach asked him to go now. He put half a length on California Spangle. Satono Rave, Invincible Sage, How Deep Is Your Love? It's Ka Ying Rising in front. He's 2 clear. Satono Rave, Helios Express going great races. Ka Ying Rising, he'll win it. Ka Ying Rising has beaten only the Helios Express or Satono Rave.
And the final race we'll look at this week will be the Longines Hong Kong Baz, a Group 1 affair over 12 furlongs that featured a fan favorite here in the UAE, Java Lotto, 5th in the Dubai Gold Cup, but first on this day, beating out UAE-owned Dubai Honor. The final margin of victory was 2.5 lengths after a perfect ride by Oisin Murphy for trainer Marco Batti. Stellenbosch, the favorite from Japan, a 3-year-old filly, was back in third.
It's the filly for Japan. Stellenbosch taking the lead. Luxembourg, Marquisat, Gia Velotto hitting a gap next to the inside. Gia Velotto has run past them all. 2 over Stellenbosch and getting home well. Dubai Honor. What a ride. Oisin Murphy. Gia Velotto won the bars.
Now let's look at what's coming up this week. On Friday, December 13th, we have Meydan, another carnival evening. The next day, we go over to Al-Ain on December 14th, Saturday evening. And finally, one of the biggest days of the year, His Highness the President Cup Day, will take place with that 8 million dirham affair leading all at Abu Dhabi on the 15th. We thank you for tuning in and hope to see you here next week on Past the Post. And in the meantime, may all your photo finishes be winning ones.